Was good, Slime Timmy? Another video. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I don't really know what I'm planning to do with this channel. It's just like I don't know. I want to try to like help my family out. You know what I mean? I just want to like I don't know accomplish something. You know, because I've always been grinding TikTok on things like that. But it's just like I don't know. I just hope I can like not blow up, but like I mean maybe blow up. But I don't know. Just I'm just wherever life takes me. Feel me? But today we'll be watching why low budget horror feels way more disturbing. I know some of y'all don't want to see this. It's just what I find interesting. Just leave comments down below what y'all want to see. I'll check the shit out, but let's react to it. And I love me personally. I love horror movies, and I understand why some people don't, but I just don't get it. It's like that's got to be one of the best genres out there. You know what I mean? That sounds crazy, I know, but it is. It's true. I don't care.
In 2015, studios spent $50 million on a horror movie and lost almost half of it, while another studio spent $4 million and made it back 11 times. This keeps happening on the screen, and I'm going to show you why more money does not mean better horror movie. Because I think out of all genres, horror is the one where throwing more dollars at the problem isn't going to fix it. Let's start with The Witch. So in 2015, Robert Eggers made The Witch for about $4 million. The entire movie is just a Puritan family standing around in the woods getting slowly destroyed by something they can't see. There's no real jump scares, there's no real loud noises, it's just this dread, and people left leaving genuinely disturbed.
I didn't watch that. I'm actually write down these movie recommendations, but I have to search something up real quick. I forget what I was gonna search up. I was gonna search up fuck my fault, yeah. Okay, my fault. I'm just trying to get into clothing and shit, so I'm trying to learn the design, but Photopi's not letting me hack it, so you understand my pain, but let's run it.
Apparently what you're supposed to be after a horror movie, and it made $40 million
Oof.
worldwide. That is an 11 times return on investment, which I'm told by financial people, aka the internet, is good. Meanwhile, Guillermo del Toro spent $50 million on Crimson Peak. It had Tom Hiddleston, it had Jessica Chastain, and the sets looked incredible.
I never watched this.
The ghosts were beautiful, and nobody was scared, because it turns out when you make a gothic romance and market it as horror, people show up expecting to be terrified. Instead, they get a slow period drama with occasional transparent people floating around. It made
Ugh.
$75
I'm sorry, that scared me.
million, which sounds fine until you remember it cost $50 million to make. Del Toro actually said later that if he had made it for $25 million, it would have been a success, but it didn't. So he needed to make over $150 million for it to be seen as a critical success. It did not do that. And speaking of Crimson Peak, you can actually watch it right now with today's video sponsor, Hollywood Suite. So here's what's cool about this. Hollywood Suite is doing the Shocktober collection right now with over 80 different horror movies. And it's got stuff like The Thing, The Visit, Annabelle Creation, which we talk about later in this video. And we learned that it made 20 times its budget. Tremors, The Videodrome, John Carpenter's The Thing. They've also got Saw, which my dog Flapjack has been...
Hold up, y'all. My grandma's calling me. Hello?
When you pizza call me, I'll call you.
Okay.
I order something for myself.
Yeah.
The pizza something for Eric. So the pizza for you and the rest for me, Eric.
Okay, wait, so Eric wants pizza?
No, I ordered something for him.
Oh, but do you guys want pizza or no?
I don't want no pizza. The pizza is for you. I don't just
Alright.
for you. That's enough pizza for you.
Okay.
And when you call, call. Yeah, you bring it for me. You want me to pick it up for me?
Alright.
Alright then. Bye.
Okay, love you, bye. See, guys, I'm trying to get my grandma out the hood, bro. Not even in the hood. But nah. Yeah. Hold up, I've texted Huz. My fault, y'all. These hoes are being dry for me. Miss my old one, bro.
That's why a corgi needs to see people get cut in half by Jigsaw.
Yo, Jigsaw was scary, bro. Like, think about that. Just think about getting put in that setting IRL, bro. I know you would shit your pants. Just like, no, I wouldn't. Everybody would shit their pants. I swear, bro.
Few of big and because if you in it month for the price. Thank you so much to Hollywood Sweet for sponsoring this video. And now back to The Witch. The Witch succeeded because it committed to
Ah.
being scary. The whole thing feels like watching a family fall apart in real time while something evil watches from the trees.
I didn't even see that, bro.
At being pretty. That's about it. Horror fans didn't want pretty. They wanted to feel something, and The Witch made them feel like they were.
I know that actor, bro. I know that. I used to have a big crush on her. I'm not gonna lie.
For chapter watching. So Del Toro made a beautiful movie that lost tens of millions of dollars, and Eggers made people afraid of ghosts, and then created a whole career out of it. The studio somehow learned absolutely nothing about this and have made the mistake every single year since. Speaking of, let's talk about M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. Shyamalan Ding Dong also made a movie in 2015.
That name is funny.
Things get really stupid for studios, if you can tell by now. He made The Visit for $5 million. It's about two kids visiting their grandparents who start.
This movie was fire, bro. That movie was fire. And they had the best actors, too, bro.
Acting weird, and then it gets worse.
My sound was too quiet even at 100%. Then I found Power Sound. It boosts volume.
And then there's a twist, because it's an M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movie, so obviously there is a twist. He made it independently after his last few movies bombed so hard, the studios wouldn't give him any twist. He made it independently after his last few movies.
Okay, I didn't watch that one. The Last Airbender. I think I watched that. Is that Jaden Smith? Yo, Mark Wahlberg.
He's bombed so hard, the studios wouldn't give him any money anymore. And this movie made $100 million worldwide. People started taking him seriously again because he went back to doing what actually works. Small budget, creepy premise, and a twist that doesn't insult you. The Visit basically
Yeah, no. There was like a twist where like there was a monster and shit. That dead ass scared me.
his career by proving he still knew how to make a movie that people wanted to see. Frankenstein cost $40 million that same year. It had James McAvoy and Daniel Radcliffe. Yes, Harry Potter, which should have been enough star power to at least break even. The pitch was Frankenstein, but from Igor's perspective. And it's a buddy adventure, and maybe there's a little bit of horror elements.
I know that guy somewhere.
Figure out what it was trying to be. It opened to $2.5 million in the US, which is one of the worst movie releases in history. You can look that up. The final worldwide gross was $34 million on a $40 billion budget. And when you add in marketing costs, that probably lost around $30 million or more. Shyamalan Ding Dong made a found footage movie with unknown actors about creepy grandparents and revived his entire career. Hollywood spent $40 million trying to make Frankenstein cool for young people, and it bombed so hard that everyone involved probably pretends it doesn't exist now. One of these approaches makes sense. The other one cost a lot of money. And honestly, if you were just to remake the Frankenstein story from its original basis today, people would go see that. Nobody gives a shit about Igor's perspective. It's Igor. Now let's move to 2016. Someone in 2016 watched a YouTube video and then greenlit a feature film based on it. You might be thinking, damn, that sounds like a horrible idea, and they've probably made absolutely
I hate these
dollars
hoes and the
every
hoes
single
a
way they're
minute.
doing this. Wrong. That movie was lights out. Entire
I've seen this. This movie's really good too.
thing is based on the fear of the dark, which I'm pretty sure everyone has at some level, some more than other people.
Why?
Me,
Why are
it
these
cost
niggas all gay, bro?
$100 to make. The monster only appears when the lights are off, so the whole movie is just people frantically flipping light switches while something stands in the shadows waiting. And funny enough, this worked because it made $148 million worldwide, which is 30 times its budget. The director had never even made a feature before. Once again, those studios saw this massive success and learned absolutely nothing by missing the complete point. Pride and Prejudice and Zombies came out that same year. Someone read the book mashup, thought it would translate well to film, spent $28 million making it happen. It had Lily James, it had zombies, it had the entire plot of Pride and Prejudice, but with the undead walking around in period piece costumes. And it made a total of $16 million. Critics said it was monotonal and flat, and that by the end you forgot what you were watching. It couldn't figure out if it wanted to be a Jane Austen adaptation or a zombie movie, so it ended up being neither. Horror fans were bored, Austen fans were confused.
Oh my god, yo! If y'all don't know who this is, bro,
Movie, so it ended up being neither. Horror fans
If
were
y'all don't know
bored
who
or
that is,
lost.
bro, do your research, bro. Do your research, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
Lights Out scared people by keeping things simple and using the shadows. Pride and Prejudice and
That's true. I
Zombie.
feel like always like the simple horror movies just like work well, except for Pennywise. That movie's really good. It has like crazy lore.
Tried to be clever by mashing two things together and assuming that that was enough. One made 30 times its money back. The other lost about $12 million and is now only remembered as that weird zombie thing that came out when people were already tired of zombies. Now let's talk about The Conjuring. You didn't know, the Conjuring universe made another movie
I didn't watch this at all, but there's like a hella movies to this.
in 2017 for $15 million. Usually, they're not very good, but Annabelle Creation is about how the demon doll became evil in the first place, which is apparently something people wanted to know. They put some orphans in a haunted house, added the doll, and let things get crazy for 90 minutes. It made $306 million worldwide, which is a shit ton of money. The formula for these movies is pretty straightforward. Keep the budget low, hire a director who knows how to build suspense, and don't waste money on big stars.
I think I've watched this actually. That's a lie. I watched Annabelle.
Expect. People keep showing up because the movies are actually scary and don't try to be anything else. Look, I don't think any of the Conjuring movies are that good. Are they?
Yeah, The Nun. I don't like that at all. Wait, let me see these.
To be anything else. Look, I don't think any of the Conjuring movies
Yo, what? Yo, get this nigga Dexter off the screen.
are actually scary and don't try to be anything else. Look, I don't think any of the Conjuring
Okay. I think I watched Annabelle. I think I watched Annabelle Creation. I think I watched all the Annabelle movies. I watched The Nun and I legit hated it. Like I cannot watch that shit any longer. But I feel like The Nun's really overrated. Uh yeah. I also haven't watched that Dexter show. I forget what it's called, but I haven't watched it yet.
movies are that good. Are they a decent watch that I'll watch once? Yes, but I know that going into it. They're not trying to be Hereditary. They're not trying to be like the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, Hereditary was good.
They're just trying to be a scary-ish movie.
Sorry, hold up, y'all. Someone's at the door, so we gotta be right back. Oh, what's good, y'all? I didn't even get shit for my birthday, but it's cool. One day I'm gonna buy myself something, so let's run it.
That average people are going to be terrified of and make their money back on. Sony looked at that and decided to adapt The Dark Tower, which is Stephen King's 8-book series that spans multiple genres and has a massive fan base. They spent $60 million on this, hired Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey.
Now I don't know if this is gonna be good or bad. I hope it's good, because I heard so much about. Stephen King got to be like one of the best. I didn't even read his books, but I heard it's like, I don't know. I just heard his books are like. I should know. That's why I read it, but I don't know. He's like, I heard he's a really good writer.
And they tried to fit the entire story into 95 minutes. It's also rated PG-13, which should tell you everything you need to know about how that went. The movie made $113 million worldwide, which sounds okay until you realize it cost $60 million to make and probably another $60 million to market. Most mainstream movie budgets, like half of the money goes to marketing. So just always keep that in mind. Which means that Sony lost a significant amount of money on a movie they thought would launch an entire franchise. They had planned sequels, a TV series, and everything. All of it got canceled immediately.
When you're streaming your favorite show, don't take slow for an answer. Switch to Optimum Fiber Internet starting at $25 a month. And this Black Friday season, get Netflix and so much more. Don't take slow.
Marvel has
Did y'all watch the new Stranger Things?
ruined movies. Like, we're finally in
What?
and everything. All of it got canceled immediately. Marvel has ruined movies.
There's no way Avengers Endgame is that bad. That was a good movie.
We're finally in an age where like, the Marvel hype is over and we're finally getting standalone stories that are good. But the whole cinematic universe thing just made everyone want to do one, and they all were horrible, and even Marvel couldn't keep it good. Because after Endgame, it just went... Book fans hated this movie because they turned a complex horror fantasy epic into a generic action movie. General audience didn't care because...
I don't know. I like Spider-Man. Spider-Man was pretty good.
Explained why they should. Reviews were terrible. The Dark Tower proved that you can have two great actors and still make something that smells like dog shit. Speaking of big actors,
Those are good actors.
well, I haven't because I don't think it's that funny. Sue me. But anyways, there's a guy in it called John Krasinski. He's like Pam's lovers. I've never seen it. I'm sorry.
I want to watch The Office. I'm not gonna lie.
He directed a horror movie in 2018. Now, if you've seen The Office, and like I've seen clips of it, you're probably like, what does this guy know about horror? Well, let me introduce you to A Quiet Place. It's about a family that has to stay completely silent because monsters hunt by sound. The entire movie depends on you caring about whether these
Quiet Place was good. I love that movie.
make noise.
I like the second one more than the first one, actually.
Pull off. I went and saw this opening night.
And usually that's crazy because everybody's like, oh, the first. Everybody's like, in every movie, the first one's always better than the second one. That's obvious, but this one, I like the second one more.
College, the theater, amazing experience. This is like one of the best horror movies I got on opening night. This movie cost $17 million and made $340 million worldwide. This turns out watching people try not to make a single sound for 2 hours is incredibly stressful in the best way possible. Like the nail in the foot scene, you know it's coming.
Yeah, bro, that seems crazy, bro.
Chekhov's cat or whatever it's called. You know that she was gonna step in the nail. And just like a little bit of way I can relate to this movie, I grew up on a farm. And I was an idiot who often ran around the farm chasing my brothers playing like tag and stuff in flip-flops. And we would like go into like the bad areas that you're not supposed to go to where like a bunch of like broken down machinery is and like wood. And I've stepped on many nails before that go right through my foot. Let me tell you, it is one of the worst pains ever. It is the most terrifying experiences ever. So seeing it in a movie, I was like, damn, that bit is hurting. Anyways, theaters were dead silent during screenings, which almost never happens, especially in recent years. I went to the Final Destination movie this year, and someone brought their 2-year-old baby and let it loose.
I've heard him tell this story before, bro. But no, Final Destination was good too.
The audience, like, up
I feel like, me personally, I feel like the new one they did was better than the old ones. I'm not gonna lie.
screaming and crying. Who brings your baby to Final Destination? What the who are you? You should need a like you should not have a kid at that point. Who brings a baby to Final Destination? The only Final Destination that couple should have went to is a fucking therapist to learn social etiquette. And
Get on, boy. Get on, boy.
while watching A Quiet Place, people were afraid to eat their popcorn. That's how tense it was. Krasinski wasn't even a horror director before this. He understood that premise only works if you care about the family. So he made sure you did by murdering children. The silence itself.
Yeah, but oh my god, when they murdered him, bro, I was like, what the fuck?
Moving on, Fox then decided in 2018 that was the year to bring back Predator. They spent $88 million on it. Shane Black directed, which made sense because he was actually in the original Predator movie back in 1987. Films tend to be funny and action-packed, which is the opposite of what the original Predator is supposed to be. Predator works when people
I didn't watch this. I think I watched the new one, but I didn't watch the other ones.
terrified. This one had jokes, quips, and CGI Predator dogs. It made $160 million worldwide, and Fox only got back about $88 million of that after theaters took a cut. Marketing costs around $120 million. They lost tens of millions of dollars. The movie opened at number 1 and then dropped hard in week 2 because people who saw it told their friends not to bother. Literally, they did the cardinal sin. They had a remake of a franchise that has like a name people will go to. Everyone goes to the movie. All you have to do is just make an okay movie. Providing you're earning millions of dollars. But you fuck it up so hard that their friends do negative marketing for you. Like literally, A Quiet Place made people too scared to breathe. The Predator made people wish they could stayed home. The Predator made people wish they couldn't breathe anymore because they watched a shitty movie. One cost $17 million and made over $300 million in profit. The other cost $88 million and lost money because they forgot why anyone cared about Predator in the first place. Let's move on to another movie that was released in 2018. Well, this story starts with a director named Ari. Ari Aster made his first movie that same year. Hereditary cost $10 million, and that $10 million was used to mess people up. I'm not exaggerating. People left theaters saying they needed therapy. The movie starts with a family drama about grief and then slowly reveals that something demonic is happening. And by the end, you're watching full occult horror that doesn't let up. Toni Kollette's performance is genuinely upsetting to watch. That telephone pole scene still gets talked about.
Yeah, bro, that's fucked up.
It made $80 million worldwide, which made it A24's highest grossing film at the time. Loved it, even people who hated it couldn't stop talking about how much it disturbed them, which is free marketing. Hereditary proved that you could make an art film that's also genuinely terrifying, and people would pay to feel bad for 2 hours. Ari Aster then did this again with Midsommar, and then tried to do it again with Beau is Afraid. Let's not talk about Beau is Afraid. There's a giant...
We have got to the point where
I watched Midsommar. I didn't watch the other one though.
knowing how to code. This is
monster. Let's not talk about Beau is Afraid. Let's talk, though, about Slender Man, because it also came out in 2018, and it also cost $10 million. Slender Man was based on the internet creepypasta that was huge in, like, 2012, which means by 2018, it was already way too late. Like, yes, it had appeal that people would go see it because they recognized the name. That's exactly why I watched it. But this movie was dog shit. The movie is about teenage girls who summon Slender Man, and then bad things happen. Except nothing that happens is particularly scary or interesting. Why? Well, it has an 8% on
Yeah? Yeah, well, Grandma ordered me pizza. Grandma ordered me pizza.
Tomatoes. Critics called it boring and incoherent. Audiences agree. It made $51 million worldwide, which technically means it made money, but nobody remembers it exists. And if they do, they drink to forget the pain, like I did with my ex-wife Becky. There were also real-life violent incidents connected to the Slender Man story, so some theaters just refused to show it. And the whole thing just felt uncomfortable and late. Hereditary gave people nightmares they're still having. Slender Man gave people 90 minutes that they'll never get back. Both cost the same amount of money to make. One became an instant horror classic, the other became a punchline of a YouTube video by some guy in a blue shirt right now. Let's now talk about 2018 again, though, because Blumhouse brought back Michael Myers in 2018 and everyone lost their minds. Halloween ignored every sequel that came after the 1978 original, which is probably the smartest decision anyone involved in this franchise has ever made, because they really hurt Michael Myers. Jamie Lee Curtis came back. John Carpenter did the music. They spent $10 million making what's essentially just Michael Myers stalking Haddonfield again. Except this time, Laurie's been preparing for 4 years, and she's done running. It made $255 million worldwide. People were showing up opening weekend like it was an event, because it kind of was. The marketing was perfect. The movie delivered exactly what it promised. Horror fans got the sequel they've been waiting decades for. Blumhouse made 25 times their investment back by respecting what made the original work. Hollywood watched that happen at the time, somehow decided it was time to reboot Hellboy, without Guillermo del Toro or Ron Perlman. The 2019 Hellboy cost $50 million. David Harbour plays Hellboy, which is fine, but the whole movie feels like nobody involved actually wanted to make it. There were reports of fighting on set. Studio interference. In a general sense, this thing was doomed from the start. It tried to be gorier and more R-rated than Del Toro's version, but being R-rated doesn't automatically make something good. It just means there's a lot more blood on a shitty product. Critics destroyed it, audiences ignored it, and it made $44 million worldwide, which means it lost around $4 million if you factor in marketing. Some outlets called it a well-deserved failure, which is harsh, but probably accurate. The movie opened to $12 million domestically and then disappeared within
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. This shit's really scaring me. Like, I don't know who this guy is, but he's scaring the hell out of me. I think I've seen this, but I'm scared, bro.
we see it again. Have you ever thought about Hellboy since? No. If you did, it was the originals, not the remake. Hollywood worked because it gave fans exactly what they wanted. Hint, that's all you have to do. Literally, how to make a horror movie? Just
I've always wanted to be an actor, low key.
works. Like, we would buy basic slot. Any studio executive watches, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. If you do, that's great. Just make sure you know what you're doing. But you don't have to. Just don't make it shitty. And Hellboy failed because it gave fans nothing they asked for. One made a fortune by bringing back an icon the right way. The other killed the franchise by forgetting why anyone liked it in the first place. Let's now talk about Jordan Peele and his second horror movie that he made in 2019. Us is about a family.
Us was great, bro. I loved Us.
Underground and want to murder everyone. It's weird, but people beyond plays both versions of the main character, and she's genuinely incredible in both roles, doing completely different voices and physicality for each one. The movie cost $20 million, which is more than Get Out, but still pretty reasonable.
Get Out was good too.
55 million worldwide. People were obsessed with trying to figure out what it meant. Everyone had theories of the symbolism, the tethered, the twist ending, all of it. The marketing showed those red jumpsuits and gold scissors everywhere, and it looked creepy enough that people had to see it. Peele's name alone was enough to get people in theaters after Get Out, and Us delivered on being both scary and thought-provoking. Dr. Sleep came out later that year as a sequel to The Shining.
I never watched it. I think I only watched a part of it.
Follow up. Mike Flanagan directed it. Ewan McGregor started it. The reviews were actually good. Stephen King himself liked it, which matters because he famously hated Kubrick's version of The Shining. It cost $45 million to make, and everyone involved did quality work. And it still only made $72 million worldwide. Warner Bros. Expected it to be much bigger. The movie is 2.5 hours long. It's more of a drama than straight horror, which might have confused people. It came out in November instead of October, which didn't help. The marketing couldn't figure out how to sell it. Was it a Shining sequel? A standalone Stephen King movie? Well, nobody seems sure. When studios don't know how to market something, audiences don't know why they should watch it. Us made people want to discuss it for weeks. Dr. Sleep made quality content that nobody saw. Now let's move on to the year of 2020. The year Universal finally figured out how to do horror movies correctly. The Invisible Man came out in early
I watched this.
right before
It was mid. It was pretty mid. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really like it that much, but it wasn't bad.
everything was shut down on Earth. It's about a woman whose abusive ex fakes his death.
This Black Friday, Uber Eats is stacking up the
I'm pretty sure I had a crazy twist at the end. If I'm not.
And uses an invisibility suit to stalk her, which is a genuinely terrifying premise when you think about it. Elizabeth Moss is incredible at making you feel her paranoia. The whole movie is people scanning empty rooms trying to spot something that isn't there. Blumhouse made it for $7 million. It made $143 million worldwide, which is over 20 times its budget. Universal tried to launch their Dark Universe in 2017 with $125 million worldwide, which is over 20 times its budget. Universal tried to launch their Dark Universe in 2017 with a $125 million Mummy movie that completely bombed. And then they made this for $7 million and it worked perfectly. Turns out you don't need massive budgets for monster movies. You just need a good story. Empty Man also came out in 2020, and I'm willing to bet that you've never even heard of it. It's not even a bad movie. It's a pretty good movie. It cost $16 million to make, though. Disney bought Fox, apparently had zero faith in this movie because they gave it almost no marketing and dumped it into theaters during the pandemic when nobody was going to
Grandma's gonna get
movies
you a Christmas blanket. Which one do you want?
Huh?
Grandma's gonna get you a Christmas blanket. Which one do you want?
For my birthday?
No, just for now, like, you know. Everybody has one. She wants to get you one.
That's the only options?
It's like, pick one. There's a lot of options. Just pick one.
What for?
She just wants to get everybody one.
So we can all sleep together?
Or two. Yeah. That one?
Yeah. Shut my door.
No, it is not. weird, which is great, and I am one of those people. But that doesn't matter when the studio releases your movie like they're trying to bury evidence. It opened to 1.3 million domestically, which means roughly 7 people saw it. The Invisible Man proves that you can reinvent classic monsters with tiny budgets. The Empty Man proved that the only thing empty is the studio executive's pockets. Because goddamn, if you make a cool movie, you should market it. Now let's move on to 2022. 2022 had a movie about a cursed smile that people just couldn't stop watching. Smile is basically a virus that gets passed.
I watched this. I thought it was pretty good. I liked it.
Person, and once you have it, you see something grinning at you within a few days. Paramount was going to put it straight to streaming, but test audiences liked it so much that they changed their minds and gave it a theatrical release, which was a smart move because it cost $17 million to make and ended up making $216 million. The marketing campaign here was genius.
What about Smile 2?
Hired actors to sit at baseball games and just smile creepily behind home plate.
I remember that.
People noticed it went viral. Everyone was talking about this weird horror movie before it even came out. And when people finally ended up seeing it, the actual movie delivered enough jump scares and unsettling imagery to make them recommend it. During the same year, our favorite friends, Blumhouse, remade Firestarter that same year for $12
Never watched it.
You didn't know Stephen King wrote the original book. Barrymore was in the 1984 movie, and this version had Zac Efron as the dad of a girl who could start fires with her mind. That would have been my favorite superpower if I was 8 years old. Anyways, the government wants to capture her, which is the plot, and the whole thing feels lifeless despite being about a child who can build things by thinking about it. That should be pretty hard to mess up. It made around $15 million total. Blumhouse released it in theaters and on Peacock at the same time, which tells you they knew it wasn't good enough to stand on its own. Critics have given a 10% on Rotten Tomatoes, and audiences don't give a shit about it. The movie opened to less than $4 million domestically, and nobody talked about it after that. Smile made people afraid to see strangers grin. Firestarter made people forget Stephen King even wrote it. Movies. One understood though that you need to hook people with something they just can't ignore. The others just existed and hoped someone would notice. Let's now move on to a horrible horror movie that made a shit ton of money about a teenage robot. Yes, a robot doll did a TikTok dance and it made the studio $180 million.
I low-key hated. I liked Megan. I don't know. But, I don't know. I haven't watched the second one. Let me see if the second one's out. Okay, Megan 2 is out. But it was decent. I'm not gonna lie. Megan was alright. The second one trailer looked horrible. I'm not gonna lie.
Megan came out in January 2023. It is about an AI doll that becomes obsessed with protecting a little girl and then starts killing anyone she sees as a threat. I went and saw this open at night because I thought this was a cool concept. What I didn't realize is that this is a baby horror movie meant for those in middle school. I will admit it was okay. But if I was in middle school, I probably would have liked it more. I was in that theater with the other person I was with, and we both noticed that every other person in that theater was, like, tiny. So maybe I wasn't the right audience for this movie. Anyways, the movie is PG-13, which means it is not super gory, but it leans into being campy and fun instead of trying to be genuinely terrifying, and that worked perfectly for the audience. Blumhouse and James Wan produced it for $12 million. The marketing went viral because they made Megan do this dance that everyone started copying online. By the time the movie came out, people already knew who Megan was and wanted to see her murder people. The film got a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes because it knew exactly what it was and it committed to being entertaining. In this same year, Universal spent $65 million on Renfield, which is about Dracula.
I think I watched that. I mean, I didn't really think it was bad. I actually kind of liked it.
Going to therapy. Nicolas Cage plays Dracula, and he's doing the most unhinged performance you can imagine, which sounds great, and some people love watching him chew scenery for 90 minutes. The movie itself is this weird mix of
I liked it.
comedy and action that never figures out what it wants to be. Honestly, I saw the trailers for this on my, Amazon TV, and I was just so put off by the trailer that I said I'm never watching that movie. It's literally too violent for comedy fans, too silly for horror fans, and too weird for a general audience to like. Literally, I am the weird person that watches movies, that likes a little bit of comedy, bloody horror, and just weird concepts, and I was put off by this. Renfield made $26 million worldwide, which is less than half its budget. And with Marketing costs added in, Universal probably lost over $50 million. The movie opened to 7.7 million domestically, which is terrible for something with Nicolas Cage playing Dracula. People just weren't interested. So Megan became a pop culture moment by being a killer doll. Renfield tried to make Dracula's henchman into an action hero, and nobody gave a shit. Sometimes spending 5 times the money gets you 1/6 of the results. Now let's talk about a movie you definitely have probably seen if you're a fan of this channel. Zach Kreger made a movie where every time you think you know what's happening, it changes completely. Barbarian starts with a woman.
I need to watch this. I literally I'm skipping it because I still have to watch this movie.
Talk about the ultimate dream of every horror YouTuber when they are able to make their own smash hit horror movie. 2 YouTubers from Australia made a horror movie about a haunted hand, and you now know it as Talk to Me was their first feature film. Danny and Michael Filippo that usually post videos under their YouTube channel Raka Raka.
This movie was alright.
Make comedy videos, but they decided to direct a movie where teenagers pass around an embalmed hand that lets you talk to dead people if you hold it. Naturally, this goes extremely wrong. The movie cost 4.5 million Australian dollars, which is about 3 million USD. It's genuinely upsetting in ways you don't expect. It made 9 million worldwide. A24 picked it up after it played at festivals, and people would shut up about how intense it was. The opening scene alone is enough to make you uncomfortable, and then it gets worse from there. Young audiences especially connected with it because the whole thing feels urgent and raw, not polished and corporate. These first-time directors made 18 times their budget back. Meanwhile, Universal spent 45 million on The Last Voyage of the Dementor, which is about Dracula killing everyone on a ship. The concept sounds great. It's one chapter from the original Bram Stoker novel, expanded into a full movie. Dracula picks off the crew one by one during the voyage to England. It's a tense, claustrophobic classic horror setup. Except the movie is weirdly repetitive, and you already know how it ends because it's Dracula. He wins, everyone dies. There's not much suspense when the outcome is in the title. It made 21 million worldwide, which is less than half the budget. Universal lost an estimated $80 million when you add costs. The movie opened to 6.5 million domestically, which is rough. It disappeared fast because word of mouth was basically it's fine, but it's boring. Talk to Me gave people something new to be scared of. Dementor gave people a history lesson about a boat trip that doesn't end well. One cost almost nothing and became a phenomenon. The other sank with $45 million on board. Now let's talk about our good buddies Blumhouse again, because they made a movie about a deadly game of Truth or Dare, and everyone hated it. Truth or Dare cost $3.1 million. The premise is a group of college students plays Truth or Dare, and it turns into
I've watched this.
a curse that forces them to keep playing.
I think it was pretty mid, but it wasn't bad.
Die. The demon face that shows up looks ridiculous. The Snapchat filter jokes on it immediately. Critics absolutely destroyed it, giving it a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it made $95 million anyway. Because why the f not? Teenagers didn't give a shit if it was that bad. They wanted a scary movie to see with friends on a Friday night. And this one had a simple hook and a PG-13 rating. Every teenager has played Truth or Dare, so it was appealing. Blumhouse released it on Friday the 4th of April, which is also decent marketing, and the movie opened in 19 million and kept making money because the target audience showed up. That's a 27 times investment for a movie that's objectively dog shit. Winchester came out around the same time about an actual haunted mansion in California. I hate this movie, by the way. I think this movie is so bad. I saw it in theaters, and I regret every single moment I spent watching that movie. So bad. Anyways, Helen Mirren plays Sarah Winchester, who built this massive weird house with appeasing ghosts of people getting killed by Winchester rifles. The real house is genuinely bizarre, with stairs leading nowhere and doors that open into walls. It's a great setup for a horror movie, and they spent somewhere between $3.1 million and $85 million depending on which source you believe. And honestly, both numbers are possible, because it is a horrible movie, so it could have been made for $3.5 million. Or it's a horrible movie, so they spent a shit ton of money and wasted it. It made $41 million worldwide. If the budget was actually $3.5 million, that's fine. It's actually pretty good. If it was anywhere near $85 million, that is a catastrophic failure. Critics gave it a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. The movie is slow and not scary despite being set in one of America's most famous locations.
Yo, I haven't seen this guy in a while, bro. Holy shit.
Based on like my review of the movie and what everyone I've talked to said about this movie and like how much marketing was behind it, I'm gonna guess the budget was up there and it was a catastrophic failure. Truth or Dare was trash that made money. Winchester was a potentially expensive movie that wasted a perfect horror setting. Sometimes audiences don't care about quality. The premise is simple enough. Now let's move on to our favorite franchise that we talked about last time, Evil Dead. Evil Dead moved out of the cabin this time.
I didn't watch that one either. Okay. Well, that's the whole video, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I have to watch hella movies right now. So I'm gonna catch y'all. Like, sub, all that. Feel me?